In this brief clip, we're going to look how you can locate the District Interim Assessment number 2. There are a couple different locations you could go to, one of which being Canvas Commons, and the other being I/O. First, from Canvas, we can come on over to the Commons icon in the global navigation. Once that loads, we can go ahead and search. Now it defaults to be able to populate all templates as well as items from the district. We're going to go ahead and remove the templates as one of our filters, and we're just going to search for curriculum. You can spell it all the way out, but you may find it as you start to type in the name. And there you go. This is the CIA, or Curriculum Instruction and Assessment course. You can go ahead and click on that. Several teachers have attempted to be able to download the files, but I've noted that you must first import the course before you would be able to download. So how I go about that is coming to the right-hand side where I see Import Download. Now it asks me which of my courses would I be interested in downloading into. We highly recommend that you go about importing into a course that is not enrolled with students, so not your typical courses. So instead, rather maybe your sandbox or possibly any other courses. Now, go ahead and click which course you'd like to import it into, and then at that point, go ahead and click Import. Now, some people may have already done this, where maybe, for example, you've already imported the course beforehand. Occasionally, there are updates to the course. So if I come up to the top, you can see it says Updates, and I have a 1 here. That indicates to me that there has been an update for one of the other courses that I may have had. If that is in fact the case, that you've already imported this course and there have been changes since then, you may want to come up to the top, click on Updates, and then simply click Update. That will bring in the new and latest information or content so that you don't need to go over through the same process of importing. So again, how did I go about this? I go to Commons. From Commons, I remove the defaulted templates filter. Go ahead and search for the name, either type all the way out curriculum or even just begin to type it out and it should populate at the top. It looks something like this. You click on it, and again, you are unable to automatically download any of these files. You must first come over to Import Download, select the course, recommended is the sandbox, and then import the course. Now once the course has already been imported, you can come back over to your courses. You can go to all courses if you don't see it populate inside of your dashboard. If you see it in your dashboard, you can go from there. So let's see if I went to dashboard. You're looking for something that looks like this. Now, if you ever made the mistake and you accidentally imported it into one of your courses, that's quite all right. So let's say, for example, this were the course that you accidentally imported into. You could simply select the course, come on down to Settings from the course navigation, and you would want to be able to replace that card that, again, if you accidentally imported the Curriculum Instruction and Assessment course into, simply coming on those 3 dots, either saying Remove Image if it's not the one you're wanting, or Choose Image if there is an image that you'd like to replace it with. You could upload from your device right here by clicking on this and selecting a file on your computer, or you could always go to Unsplash, and that's just a quick little search of images. So again, if you accidentally imported the course into the wrong course, maybe not your sandbox as recommended, simply come over to the settings and you would be able to change the course card, meaning this little thumbnail that we see that represents the course. As far as the files itself, you could unpublish them if they're already published, but ultimately, if you accidentally import it to the wrong location, you'll be okay. All right, that said, once the course has been successfully imported or downloaded here, in this case into the sandbox, you should be able to find it from modules. If you are a kindergarten or a first grade teacher, you will have a hard copy of a file. It will also indicate to you which assessments are required as which may be optional. Now I'm going to scroll on down past my kinder and first grade, which does have hard copies, and point out to you that if you are looking for regards to second grade and on up, those assessments are administered online. Consequently, they are not hard copy files. There is information that is pertinent. If you are a high school teacher, you might find additional information here. There should be another module. Let's go ahead and find that. Right here where it says 2nd through 8th grade high school administration information. Here, because most of the assessments are going to be administered through IO, you have these items that would be assistance, but we're really going to want to make sure we take a look here. When I look at this icon here that says DI number 2 test details, it's going to provide us with not only the grade level, the test name, but also the test ID. So for example, if you were teaching 4th grade, you could come here, locate, and say, all right, here is the name of the assessment that I am expected to administer, as well as the test session ID. And you can do that for all grades. Do you want to point out that for your 11th grade ELA content, that those assessments would be administered through StudySync, not through IO as the rest of the assessments are. Now that we are pretty comfortable in understanding where to locate all of the DIA2s, I mentioned to you that there was an alternative method, and that would be going through IO. I'm going to go ahead and go to IO now. In IO, you have a couple options. First, you have the Administer Online Test. If you come to Administer Online Tests, you can click on this little icon here. If, for example, you do not have that icon up here, you always have the ability to come over to Testing and find Administer Online Test from the drop-down. Once you've selected that, it is recommended that you filter out all of the assessments available. Because it is a district benchmark, go ahead and select district benchmark. If you'd like to further filter, you may come over to content area, select the content you are interested in filtering, and then as well, the grade level that you are administering. So if you are a 2nd grade teacher, you can see here which would be your administration of the assessment. If you are unsure in terms of what content area, you could leave it for all. And remember, you also have available to you the test ID as well as the test name. Now we remember, if we come to the Canvas Commons course, here you would be able to access that specific information. So without having to filter, simply either enter in the course ID, or the test ID rather, and you could simply come to the top where it says search, enter the test ID, and you should be able to locate the assessment. Now I'm going to go ahead and click select, and it gives me two options. Either one, I could administer the test, and that's when I'm ready to actually go through the process. But if you're interested in seeing what is on the exam, you have this other option, preview online. Click OK. And from there, you are going to be able to see exactly what your students are experiencing as they take this assessment. Now, I'm going to go ahead and log out and cover the last component, which is I've had some questions fielded with regards to how might I be able to see an answer key or a TE. From testing, again, you can come to the left-hand side if you don't already have the tile on your homepage, and you could see the icon that says Print Test Materials. If you are at home, you might see an icon that says Print Test Materials as well, but you have both of those locations to go about. Now I'm going to click on Print Test Materials. Again, you might click the same exact assessment that you are planning to administer. And once you do that, you have this print button here. Go ahead and click print, and it asks me what would I like to print. If I was looking for an answer key, I might click that and select print. If I was looking for maybe a TE, I can go ahead and select that and click print. I'm going to go ahead and select print now. And you should see it automatically downloads here in the lower corner, and it is a PDF document that you might open. Okay. Thanks so much. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact any of us. We are here to help. Thanks so much.